Every few months, Elon Musk drops a headline that's impossible to tell apart from a meme, and you're left scrolling, genuinely not knowing if an AI that replaces Microsoft is a real product or just Tuesday on X. I've spent the last few weeks digging through the actual filings, the Reuters reporting, and the leaked internal mess behind this one. And here's the surprising part. The joke is real, the trademark is real, the money is real, but the version Musk is selling and the version that actually exists are two very different things.
Welcome back to bitbiased.ai, where we do the research so you don't have to. Join our community of AI enthusiasts with our free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the description below to subscribe. You will get the key AI news, tools, and learning resources to stay ahead.
So in this video, I'll break down exactly what Macrohard is, how the tech actually works under the hood, and where the hype quietly outruns the evidence. We'll separate what's been confirmed from what's still just a tweet. So by the end, you can judge for yourself whether this is Musk's next breakthrough or his next broken timeline. Let's start with the part everyone skips, what was actually announced. Background, why this isn't coming out of nowhere. To get why Macrohard matters, you have to rewind a bit, because Musk didn't wake up one morning and decide to clone Microsoft. He co-founded xAI back in 2023, right after years of publicly warning that AI might be the most dangerous thing humanity builds. Classic Musk, terrified of the technology, racing to build it anyway. xAI's whole reason for existing was to take on OpenAI, and its model, Grok, has been quietly leveling up ever since. But here's the context that makes Macrohard plausible instead of laughable. In January 2026, Tesla committed roughly $2 billion to xAI. A month later, SpaceX absorbed xAI entirely. So now you've got one of the world's most aggressive rocket company, the world's most valuable car company, and a frontier AI lab, all under one roof, sharing chips, data centers, and engineers. That's the thing to keep in mind whenever Musk tweets something that sounds like a shitpost. Sometimes there's a $2 billion war chest sitting right behind it, and that's exactly the case here. What is Macrohard actually? So let's define it plainly, because the name does a lot of comedic heavy lifting and not a lot of explaining. Macrohard is a joint Tesla xAI project, officially unveiled in March 2026, and the core idea is genuinely clever. It pairs two things: Grok, xAI's large language model, acting as the high-level navigator, and a Tesla-built AI agent that literally watches your screen and controls your mouse and keyboard. Think of it as a brain and a hand. Grok decides what needs to happen. The Tesla agent, nicknamed Digital Optimus, figures out how to do it by clicking through real software in real time, the same way you would. And the name? Musk's logic was basically, software companies like Microsoft don't manufacture any physical hardware, so in principle, you should be able to simulate the entire thing with AI. Hence Macrohard, a not exactly subtle jab at Microsoft. Now pause here, because this is where I want you to keep your skeptic hat on. Emulating an entire company is an enormous claim. What's been demonstrated so far is a concept and an architecture, not a working product you can go buy. Hold that thought, because it matters a lot later. The timeline, how we got here. Here's where it gets interesting, because the timeline tells a messier story than the marketing does. Musk first floated Macrohard back in August 2025, posting that he wanted people to help build a purely AI software company. Easy to dismiss as a meme, except xAI filed an actual trademark for the name that same day. People don't usually pay lawyers to protect a joke. Then things went quiet. And when details finally leaked in early 2026, they weren't flattering. Business Insider reported that xAI's data collection program, where over 600 contractors were recording themselves using software to train the system, had been paused over data quality problems. Project leaders reportedly peeled off to work on other Tesla priorities. For a while, the whole thing looked stalled. Then came the corporate reshuffle, the $2 billion Tesla investment, the SpaceX acquisition, and suddenly Macrohard was back. On March 11th, 2026, Reuters made it official. Musk publicly revealed Macrohard as a joint Tesla xAI effort, describing Grok as the master navigator and the Tesla agent as the thing that processes and acts on the last few seconds of your on-screen activity. So is it vaporware? Not quite. Tesla's been actively hiring engineers for autonomous software interaction, which is exactly this. But notice the pattern. Bold announcement, quiet struggle, re-announcement. That rhythm is going to be important when we talk about Musk's track record at the end, how it actually works. All right, let's open the hood, because the architecture is the most interesting part, and it's where Macrohard genuinely differs from the chatbots you already use. Start with Grok, the brain. This is the language model doing the reasoning. For scale, xAI's older open-source Grok one already ran 314 billion parameters, though as a mixture of experts' design, only about a quarter of those fire on any given task. The newer Grok 4 versions train on xAI's Colossus cluster, hundreds of thousands of GPUs, and they're built specifically to use tools, run code, search the web, that kind of thing. That tool usability is the whole reason Grok can plausibly direct an agent instead of just answering questions. Now the hand, Tesla's Digital Optimus agent. This runs on Tesla's in-house AI4 chips, the same family of silicon designed for the real-time video processing in their self-driving stack. And that's the key insight. Tesla didn't build a screenshot reading bot. They built something that treats your screen like a continuous video feed, the exact same way their cars treat the road. So here's the loop. The agent watches the screen and feeds what it sees up to Grok. Grok thinks, plans, and sends instructions back down. The agent executes them through the actual user interface. Musk frames it as Grok being System 2, slow, deliberate thinking, and Optimus being System 1, fast, instinctive reaction. And that reframes everything. Most AI today answers your question and then waits for you to do the clicking. Macrohard is trying to close that loop entirely, to do the clicking itself. That's a real architectural difference, not just a marketing one. And you knew a but was coming. Remember that paused training program. An agent like this is only as good as the mountain of human workflow data it learns from. And by their own internal accounts, that data pipeline hit problems serious enough to halt. So the architecture is sound on paper. Whether it's trained well enough to actually work is the open question nobody's answered yet. How it stacks up against everyone else. So where does this sit in the current AI landscape? Let's put it next to the heavyweights, because the comparison reveals what Macrohard is really betting on. You've got OpenAI's GPT-4, a strong multimodal generalist, Anthropic's Claude, famous for huge context windows and serious coding and reasoning chops. Google's Gemini, the multimodal family handling text, images, audio, the works. And Meta's Llama, the open weight option that punches well above its price. All of them are brilliant. And here's the kicker. None of them are agents in the way Macrohard claims to be. GPT-4 can write you the report. Claude can plan the workflow, but they still hand the mouse back to you. Macrohard's entire pitch is that it keeps the mouse. Now, fair warning, it's not alone in that lane anymore. Anthropic recently launched Claude Cowork, aimed squarely at autonomous office tasks, and that announcement alone rattled investors thinking about job displacement. So the agentic AI race is on, and Macrohard is one entrant, not the lone pioneer. The honest summary? On raw model intelligence, Macrohard probably isn't ahead of the pack. Its bet is different. It's wagering that Tesla's hardware and real-time control expertise can turn a smart model into a system that actually does the work. That's a hardware and execution bet, not an intelligence bet. Worth remembering when you see the headlines. What it could actually do. Let's get concrete, because emulates a company is abstract until you picture it on a real desktop. Imagine an IT team where Macrohard writes the code, runs the compiler, catches the bug, patches it, and redeploys, with nobody touching the keyboard. Picture a finance office where it pulls market feeds overnight, runs the models, and has the investor report sitting in your inbox by morning. Marketing teams pointing it at raw data and getting back finished decks. Researchers offloading literature reviews to an agent that actually navigates the tools. Basically, the rule of thumb is this. If it's a task you accomplish by pointing and clicking through software, Macrohard is designed to attempt it on its own. And yeah, that's thrilling and unsettling in the same breath. If it works, the boring multi-step grind disappears, and humans move up to the creative, judgment-heavy stuff. But if it works, is doing Olympic-level heavy lifting in that sentence. We've seen zero independent, third-party demonstrations of Macrohard doing any of this reliably. Everything so far traces back to Musk's own descriptions, so file these under intended use cases, not proven results, and hold companies to that distinction. The risks nobody should skip now. For the part that doesn't make it into the hype reels, the risks. And these are real, not hypothetical. Start with jobs. If an AI can genuinely run coding, accounting, analysis, and design workflows end to end, a lot of white-collar entry-level work is squarely in the blast radius. That's not doomerism. That's literally the value proposition Musk is selling. Whole company automation, and your job is safe, can't both be true. Then, privacy. To train and operate, this thing has to see your screen, emails, documents, sensitive data, all of it. Whoever controls that pipeline controls an enormous amount of trust. The paused 600-person recording program is a preview of how messy that data question gets. Then security. An autonomous agent with mouse and keyboard control is also a spectacular attack surface. A buggy or hijacked Macrohard doesn't just give a wrong answer, it can delete files, send things it shouldn't, or get weaponized. That's a categorically different risk than a chatbot saying something dumb. And then accountability, which is genuinely unsolved. If a human makes a bad business call, we know who's liable. If the AI does it, the law has no clean answer yet. In the US, the 2023 AI executive order is circling these questions, and something like Macrohard is exactly what pulls regulators in on workplace impact, on liability, on data. I'm not raising these to fearmonger. I'm raising them because every breathless AI replaces companies headline conveniently leaves them out. You shouldn't. The business model, who actually pays? So how does Musk make money off this? Honestly, he hasn't said, and that absence is informative. The most likely first move is internal. Tesla and SpaceX use Macrohard on themselves to cut their own software costs and prove it works before anyone else touches it. That's the same playbook as full self-driving. Dog food it, then sell it. After that, the obvious path is a subscription service. Enterprises paying per agent or per compute hour on Tesla's servers, the way you'd pay for any AI cloud product. Another route is bundling Macrohard's capabilities into future Tesla hardware, so a car or an Optimus robot ships with it built in. Musk even floated the wild stuff. SpaceX's 2026 IPO reportedly leaned partly on the idea of orbital data centers, which is a not-so-subtle hint about where he wants to host AI like this someday. But strip the showmanship away, and the honest read is, Macrohard is an R&D bet right now, not a product with a price tag. Treat any revenue projection you see as speculation, because that's exactly what it is. The Musk track record. Here's the fair counter-argument to all my skepticism, and I'd be dishonest to skip it. Elon Musk has a documented habit of doing things experts flatly called impossible. SpaceX landed an orbital rocket booster back on Earth in 2015, then reflew it, something that genuinely looked like science fiction. In 2020, they flew the first private crewed spacecraft to the space station. Starlink now runs thousands of satellites serving millions of people. Tesla dragged electric cars from niche toys to the best-selling EVs on the planet. Neuralink put a chip in a paralyzed man's brain that let him move a cursor by thinking about it. Every single one of those was never gonna happen, right up until it happened. So that's the Steelman. When Musk says, simulate a company with AI, his track record earns him at least a hearing. But, and here's the balance, that same track record comes with a second pattern, timelines that slip by years. Full self-driving has been next year for the better part of a decade. So the lesson isn't Musk always delivers, or Musk is all hype. It's that Musk often delivers the thing, just rarely on the schedule. With Macrohard, betting on the eventual outcome is reasonable. Betting on the timeline is where people keep getting burned. So where does that leave us? Macrohard is real trademark, real funding, real engineers. The architecture is genuinely clever, and it's pointed at a real shift toward AI that acts instead of just answers. But the gap between Musk's emulate entire companies and what's actually been demonstrated is enormous. The training pipeline has already stumbled once, and not a single independent test has confirmed the big claims. My honest take, watch it closely, take the vision seriously, and ignore every timeline attached to it. Now I want yours. Do you think Macrohard genuinely reshapes how software gets built? Or is it another idea that's 5 years from being 2 years away? Drop it in the comments, I read them. If this breakdown helped you separate the signal from the Musk noise, hit subscribe because that's the entire point of this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.